by the Montana Television Network. Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
I'm Greg Mills in Santa Rosa, California. 17 wildfires still going strong here. What they're worried about today, coming up.
And closer to home, the tragic tale of how 2 lives are lost after 1 person was killed in an early season avalanche south of Big Sky. Good morning, Southwest Montana, 6:30 on this Wednesday. Missy O'Malley is off. Matt Elwell has our forecast in a moment. 2 full days and counting, and wildfires throughout California continue to burn. The death toll is now at 17. At least 180 people have been injured, and more than 2,000 homes and businesses have been destroyed. The fires, primarily in Northern California's wine country, already being billed as among the deadliest in the state's history. CBS's Greg Mills is in Santa Rosa, California with the latest.
It's been more than 48 hours, and wildfires still continue to burn out of control in Northern California.
This is nowhere near over. It is still very dangerous.
First responders and elected officials held a public community meeting at Santa Rosa High School. Residents eager to return to their houses were asked to remain patient.
We want you back in your home sooner than later, but we got to keep everybody alive first and everybody safe first, and all of our resources are on that, evacuation, moving people out.
Those who were able to return home are often finding what David Leal did. Very little left. He's now living out of his car.
It's been hard to see what we've built and put into the place, and now it's reduced to what you see here.
In addition to the personal devastation this fire has caused, there's also the destruction it has done and continues to do to the lifeblood of this region, the wine industry. One Napa County trade group says at least 5 of its wineries have been destroyed or seriously damaged. Todd Coffey had a vineyard in his backyard.
We're back here today for the first time to just see what was left, if anything, and really it's just, it's as you can see, devastation. There's nothing left.
The wine industry in Sonoma and Napa Valley employs more than 50,000 people. Greg Mills, CBS News, Santa Rosa, California.
Now we're told federal aid is on the way to the region. The White House announced it has approved Governor Jerry Brown's request for a major disaster declaration in California. Again, what we dealt with most of the summer, California dealing with right now. We're going to see a little bit of that, but you say we have some moisture mixed in today.
We do. I think it's coming into the afternoon. The wind speed's expected to pick up as you head into the middle part of the day, gusting between 20 and 30 miles an hour. We'll see the wind shift and a few showers pick up as you move later into the day. Right now, the temperature sitting into the 30s, 40s, teens in West Yellowstone. 19 degrees, our current temperature there. Clouds are just kind of hit and miss at this point in the day. Our temperatures will start to warm up through the early afternoon. A cold front drops in as you get past 4 o'clock, and notice the sharp drop in temperatures between 4 and 6. We are talking a few rain showers in the area. Clouds will be building, the wind will be blowing. We'll talk about our chances of rain over the course of the next 3 days coming up in about 10 minutes.
Thanks, Matt. 6:33, time for some local headlines. Small grass fire ignited on Frank Road in Belgrade late yesterday. Central Valley Fire was able to quickly respond and extinguish the blaze before it got out of hand. The blaze near a residential area, so fortunately they were able to knock that down before it got too close to homes.
Central Valley Fire District was dispatched to an outside fire with a structure threatened. Initial arriving units found a small grass and weed fire with a makeshift shed involved. There was a citizen using a garden hose, and our units arrived. We moved him out of the way and supplemented what he was doing with hoses and water tenders. And currently the fire has been extinguished, and we're just working on the investigation.
Again, there was a small shed that was damaged near the trailer park in that blaze. Leaves, trees, limbs, you'll likely see some smoke plumes as we're into the season of fall open burning. Montana Department of Environmental Quality reminds us there are restrictions on what materials can and cannot be burned. On KBZK and KXLF.com right now, get those specifics and answers to frequently asked questions, including on burn permits. Also, remember, you must let local fire officials know before you start to burn. Also this morning, Montana communities rely on volunteer firefighters, but getting volunteers is becoming more difficult for these rural departments. Volunteer departments in the Butte area, including Little Basin Creek and Rocker, report there are fewer than 10 volunteers each on those rosters to call on in case of a fire. Officials believe people feel they don't have the time to volunteer, or they can't even get time off from work.
Years past, many more companies felt that they were helping the community by allowing their employees to go in the middle of work to leave and go, go on a call. I think more companies won't allow that. They don't feel that civic need to do this.
Now, a reminder, men and women who are 18 or older and don't have a felony conviction can apply to be a volunteer at most local fire departments. If you're interested, check in with them. Well, we've had an outstanding day, adding to the total of our MTN Montana Wildfire Relief Fund. More than $18,000 more dollars came in. Our grand total now is at $442,000. Love that. Montana Community Foundation has partnered with us, and as we told you, grant applications opened up on Monday. Find information on that process on our websites. $440,000. Shifting gears just a bit, news of a fatal avalanche on Saturday was compounded with a second tragic death. Gallatin County Sheriff's Office identified the woman who died in the avalanche as 23-year-old Igna Perkins. She was skiing with her boyfriend, 27-year-old Hayden Kennedy, in the southern Madison Range. Kennedy was able to hike out of the mountains, but according to a statement released by his family, he took his own life. Kennedy was a Colorado native known to many in the outdoor world for his climbing expeditions. MTN's Morgan Davies spoke with the Gallatin National Forest Avalanche Center about the incident and the essentials needed before heading into the backcountry this winter season.
If there's enough snow to ride, there's enough snow to slide.
It may seem early in the season for avalanches, but these two skiers were on in Peak, which has already seen about a foot of snow. Kennedy was partially buried and Perkins was completely buried and died.
We have a couple feet in the mountains and the wind has been blowing, and it's kind of this tricky situation because slopes are either scoured or they're wind loaded, and those wind loaded areas are the ones that hold the most snow and typically offer the best skiing. So you're kind of stuck with this dilemma.
Kennedy was able to get out and search for Perkins but could not find her and eventually hiked out. On Monday, Gallatin County Search and Rescue recovered Perkins' body by using probes. Probes are just one of 3 things that anyone recreating in the backcountry this winter should have with them.
I mean, the 3 rules of backcountry travel apply no matter what time of year it is. So you always want to have rescue gear. That's the #1 rule: shovel, beacon, probe.
Those 3 tools can be brought at sporting goods stores, sometimes even come together in a set, and are simple to use.
Always going to have a transceiver, hopefully. You and your partner will. Quick deal, as soon as you get to the trailhead, you're going to turn it on, and that's how it's just going to sit for most of the day. If the chance does happen to where you do have to do a search, real quick on most models, it's just a quick pull down for a search mode. Once you find who you're looking for, you're going to have a probe. It's just a quick pull. The probe's all put together. You'll go through, search the depth. And with the different shovels that we have a basic shovel. It's super nice, getting the depth, getting the snow knocked down.
The Gallatin National Forest Avalanche Center knows that since it's the beginning of the snow season, outdoorsmen may need some extra prep to get back in the habits of safe recreating.
Practice with your transceiver and your rescue gear, and be prepared for anything that can happen. You know, avalanches can happen at any time, and early season is no exception.
Now, the Gallatin National Forest Avalanche Center says a full report of the incident should be available later this week. Montana Highway Patrol troopers say Saturday's fatal crash northeast of Helena illustrates the importance of using seatbelts. Capitol High school student Logan Goose was killed. 2 others were injured when their trunk left the roadway and rolled on Nelson Road. MHP Sergeant Jay Nelson says this crash was different than others he's seen. All 3 individuals were actually wearing seatbelts. Otherwise, the crash would have been much worse.
And we should focus on the tragedy of that individual and the loss to their family. I would never take that away. But 2 people are here today because of seatbelts, and so many crashes across our nation every day are saved because people save because of seatbelts. I don't want people to be discouraged and not wear their seatbelt. Seatbelts save lives, and I see that firsthand year after year.
In other news, 2 Montana veterans were officially honored yesterday for their service. Senator John Tester honoring World War II veteran George Wright from Laurel and Gerald Zelmer, a Vietnam veteran from Bismarck, North Dakota. Both men were enlisted in the Army during their respective wars. Yesterday, decades after their service, they were able to join with family and friends as they received numerous medals for their time of service.
These are great men that serve our country and sacrifice every day, and they're surrounded by great families that sacrifice while they're in theater. And then they come back and they help make this country great domestically. So these are great people that I am put in a position to make sure that we set the record straight and they're given the commendations that they've earned.
By the way, Senator Tester has given hundreds of medals to Montana veterans as a thank you for their service. 40 million. That's how many followers the Pope's official Twitter account has reached this week. The Pontiff joined Twitter nearly 5 years ago. His Twitter handle, @Pontifex, can be accessed in 9 languages, according to press release from the Vatican. Pope Francis uses his daily tweets to offer spiritual thoughts throughout the globe. Really interesting there. I follow the Pope as well on Twitter. We're going to take a quick break here on Montana This Morning. When we come back, the race for Montana's lone House seat already heating up more than a year before voters will decide its outcome. We'll take a closer look, but here's Charlie Rose with a closer look at what's ahead on CBS This Morning.
Good morning. Ahead on CBS This Morning, we're in Northern California hearing from those who lost everything in the deadly wildfires. And this, Gwyneth Paltrow and Angelina Jolie say they were victims of Harvey Weinstein. New York Times correspondent Jody Cantor's here with another bombshell report. See you at 7.